Trippin fans, we have a surprise for you. This Saturday, October 14th at 4 p.m., the Road Trippin crew will be recording a live podcast at the Amish store at Crocker Park in Westlake. Along with listening into episode 51, us, along with Amish, have collaborated on some pretty cool swag. At least we believe so. So for all of you, released today, October 13th, in-store and online, you can grab your very own Road Trippin tees. And if you don't get a chance to grab one today, you can do so with us tomorrow. Crocker Park, Amish store, 4 p.m.
Cheersy Weirsies.
To another edition of Road Trippin'. I'm your host, Allie Clifton, and we've got Richard Channing, of course. And for the first time by himself, Swish. J.R. Smith.
Big Earl.
Swish, it only took 50 episodes. This is our 50th episode.
Hey, man, you can't give it all to him at once. You gotta,
no. Don't show him the whole bag.
Oh, hey.
Don't show him the whole bag.
Every time an episode was dropped, it's all about, where's J.R. Smith? Can't we get Swish on by himself?
Really? So I'm like a fan favorite or something.
Yeah.
You are, but it's funny because you've only kind of half been on here. But
yes, he is wearing he is wearing a shirt. Just before, let's get that out there. He's wearing a shirt.
I don't know. Finish this wine, it might come off.
Sausage party.
No.
have you guys seen that movie?
Oh, it is hilarious.
Oh, it is hilarious.
It got a little weird at the end, but it was hilarious.
I'm the only person who didn't see that movie.
I've seen parts of it. I faded. I think I watched it on the plane.
Dude, it's so
faded.
funny. It is so
Understand who's saying it's funny.
90% of America?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, 96%.
You're lying.
No way.
He's making it up. He's making that up.
Lies.
73%.
Stop. We're going to stop that.
OD trash.
Trash cat.
All right, guys, before we get into this episode with Swish, I do want to give a little bit of a shout out because a week from today, less than a week from today, actually, Wednesday, October 18th, at 8 o'clock is the annual Big Shots and Little Stars event, Flashes of Hope for the Cavaliers. Richard and JR, of course, this will be your third time training. You have yet to experience it. But it obviously is a very, very big event.
Yeah, he didn't make the first year, and then last year he was gone.
Yeah, I was gone.
Oh, okay.
Last year, yeah.
So for our listeners who are not aware, it's hosted by Flashes of Hope, and it's a benefit for the Children's Tumor Foundation. It's for obviously raising funds to kind of accelerate the cure for children's cancer in research as well. It's an amazing, incredible event. There's a fashion show that goes on and so forth. And of course, as you guys are all aware, it's always about you guys in terms of, you're the professional athletes. You're the ones that children always look up to. But when it comes to this event, and you guys can speak a little bit more on it yourselves, but you guys kind of take a back seat. You are the big shots, but they are the little stars. And that's what that night is all about to celebrate. And this year the theme is Alice in Wonderland. So the queue will be kind of transformed into that. And in case you can't make the event, just a heads up that Cavs.com, it'll be streamed live, hosted by the Cavs play-by-play announcer on Fox Sports Ohio, Fred, and yours truly. So it's a great night. Obviously, you guys still remember, Richard and JR, your little stars from the last few years, but also as fathers, all three of you, it's a night that you guys really enjoy.
Yeah, Channing, what are your thoughts?
How much are you looking forward to it, Channing?
So tell me how or what I should expect.
No, it's amazing. You have these kids that I feel like really look forward to the event. Not only do they get to hang out with us, but they also get a chance to kind of shine themselves. They're on stage, they're walking with guys. I think they really, really enjoy it, and it's a chance because it's not just like a hey, hello. It's like they hang out with us for a while. You spend a lot of time with them.
Do they have cookies? Do the kids get cookies? No.
Do they get cookies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Well, the silence that you just got from everyone was just like, are you really like?
Out of all the questions.
Like that's what you're going to contribute to the conversation.
Number one.
Do they
I'm
get
hungry
cookies?
right now. And number two.
Okay,
Just saying.
That's fair. That's fair. You are hungry right now, so the kid's getting cookies.
Right.
Swish, like you've been into it this year. This will be your third year also. Yeah. Like, it's a good event. It is a great one, and it's something that when you go to different teams. How many teams have you been on?
This is who? No. New Orleans, Denver, New York here.
Yeah, but once you go to different teams and to see the different charities or different events that each team is involved with, I think this is one of the best ones that I've been a part of since I've been in the league.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm very afraid of, well, I have been in the past, but due to, my recent family issues that I had to get used to it. But like being in the hospital and seeing kids in those situations, it's a very tough situation mentally and physically for me, because I really try to put myself in those shoes, with those kids' shoes when, I was 5, 6, 7, 8, going outside, playing with my friends or my cousins and just shooting hoops. And you look at a kid like some of these kids, and they're just sitting up in the hospital for months or years, and it's not their fault, obviously. There's nothing anybody else could do about it, because if it was, we would have done it already. But be able to see those kids that night and see how many, and look at the looks on their faces when they see guys like myself, RJ Chen and Bron. So many guys. They really enjoy it, and I think more than anything, we should try and keep that going as much as possible, because at the end of the day, they don't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's truly a night to celebrate them. And for those who may not know about it, but these kids get to come and they're styled and they're put in dresses and they're made to feel amazing, because they've either gone through a battle with cancer and they've come through, or they're currently fighting a battle. And so it's a night to really make it all about them. And like you said, to see their smiles. And so it really tugs at the heartstrings. So,
and I think they get cookies, Channing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the most
okay.
important.
Awesome.
and they get
They get
cookies.
cookies.
The most important
what
thing.
they want.
No, but they raise a lot of money to
Yeah,
search
yeah.
for the cure for
They really do.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
for all these illnesses. So I think it's a huge night.
So again, Wednesday, October 18th, if you can't be in attendance, join us on Cavs.com. We will be live streaming the fashion show and the night in its entirety. But with that said, Swish, how is Dakota doing?
She's doing great. She's my little twin, so she looks like exactly like me, which is actually scary to have a female looking like me. It's scary, but she's adorable. She never goes to sleep. This is a problem. She takes her little
But she is like you.
yeah. She'll take her 5-10 minute nap and then wake up and be live for 12 hours. But for the most part, she's doing great. Thank you.
She's come to games too, right? I've
Yeah.
seen her.
She
at a
comes
couple.
to she's been to the wine and gold scrimmage. It's funny because you see kids and you think of a baby like they wouldn't really know what they're watching. She watches the game. Like
Really?
I'll play the video game with 2K or have basketball on TV, and she'll sit there and watch the game with me. Like,
Oh man, I wish.
Little Rich.
Like, boo, put on Goosebumps or Transformers or Power Rangers.
Yeah, Lil Rich is locked in, so I can relate. Lil Rich has been locked in since day one. Day one.
you gotta love that.
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
Yeah, you don't really realize like you try and say, oh no, it's just what they see in it, but it's kind of cool when they get locked in and they're like, oh, they're into it.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they either you either lock into it or you don't. Like Hendrix would be locked in for a day and be like, I'm in the Legos now.
I'm in the
All right,
Legos.
cool.
Yeah.
Let's go shoot hoops. Now I'm gonna play Plants vs Zombies.
Yeah, Lil Rich's one of his first sentences was "Daddy up," because he wanted me to get up and play hoops with him, and I was like,
man.
"Dude, I'm tired, buddy. I've been doing this for a few hours a day. Like, you just woke up
For a few years,
Yeah,
by
a
the
few.
way.
Yeah.
Little Rich made a little cameo on the podcast this summer
Yeah, he did.
when he came on.
Well,
Really?
Yeah, because he would be upstairs, and so we would just kind of do it in the Red Cup Lounge, like downstairs.
Hold on, is that what you call it?
The
Is
Red
that-
Cup Lounge.
If
Yeah.
you listen
Really?
to a podcast,
Yeah, I
You
stopped.
really don't listen, huh?
I don't listen to my own podcast. I
Yeah.
don't listen to myself.
I hate listening to myself, by the way.
Yo, it is. I stole it from Jared Jack. Like, he used to call it his spot, and so I kept saying, "Oh, in my bar or in my basement." Like, and I was like, I just had to give it a name. So, Jared Jack, who had that amazing full court heave, amazing full court heave.
hell
And
out
if
of
you
that.
know Jared Jack, like some of us know Jay Jack.
Yeah.
He could have just been like really pissed off and might have just decided to throw it.
Oh, for
I don't know
sure.
if it was like a Shaq and a Fool moment, but yeah. So he called his spot. He had a spot. He called it the Red Cup Lounge in Atlanta. So I was just like, yeah, that's where we're going to record
Red
the podcast.
Solo cups.
You got a song for everything.
Yeah. Keep singing it, Channing. Keep singing it.
We're here to party. Do, do, do.
You gonna do the road tripping jingle?
No, we have a really tight song for it.
Oh, really?
The only thing the only road trip and jingle is the NBC joint.
That's
Is that it?
That's classic.
No,
Tell me one more time, bro. Tell me one more time.
When that song was popular, let's freeze for a moment. What were you guys doing in your life?
Oh my God, I was triple headers. That's what it was. Sunday
man.
triple headers,
man.
Saturday double headers, and it was the same 8 teams. It was MJ, it was the Lakers, it was the Pistons, it was the Knicks, it was the Pacers, and then
Sometimes you would get the Trailblazers or the Suns.
the Trailblazers
Or the Jazz.
Celtics were never. Jazz, yes.
Knicks for sure.
Knicks were for sure because they had Patrick
Guaranteed.
Ewing.
Early Orlando.
No, you were
You're
wrong.
I'm talking about Shaq and Penny Orlando.
I'm talking
Like,
about
like, they went
this is
to the
before.
Lakers.
This is
the
before
playoffs.
that.
The playoffs, yes, obviously, but like you get that mid-season Marv Albert, Bill Walton, Snapper Jones. Like you got these guys, and it was just it was easily my favorite day. We'd go to church, come home, and you could
Bill
literally.
Walton is old, bro.
Old,
he's been commentating for that's 30.
Well, remember he retired from basketball super early, and he went straight into commentating.
I was about to
but he was doing
jeez.
big time commentating from like day one.
Right.
Just give Karl Malone the ball. Let him operate the offense.
Yes. Oh, that is the worst
Throw it
move in the
down, big
history.
fella.
Throw it down.
Did you guys listen to the game that he did of yours last year?
Oh, God.
I did not.
No.
Remember they did the analyst crossover between NBA and college? And so he did
Him and Dick Vitale.
Oh.
You never got
Yeah.
to experience Dick Vitale. Dick Vitale was awesome when you were in high school, and then when you got to college, you freaking hated him.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because he loves Duke so much, and he just strokes them.
That's an
And
Arizona
so like
thing,
when you were a no, it's not an
You got
Arizona thing.
booed
It's literally
when you came to
everybody.
Arizona.
Oh, okay.
But it's like when you're in high school, it's if you're a PT peer. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If you're a diaper dandy, like these are things that like a part of our American
Took it
culture.
over, baby.
Yeah. If he's like he's a diaper dandy, baby. Like when he would say these things, you're like, I've made it.
Right.
Like Dick Vitale called me a diaper dandy.
Man, that's crazy. I went to a game with UMass when Calipari and Camby and all those guys were at UMass, and Vitale was doing one of the games, and I was actually like that little kid in the tunnel, like, oh man, I want to shake Dick Vitale's hand. And he actually slapped my hand, so that was awesome.
Did he slap it away? Or
Do you know what?
No, he slapped my hand like high five.
Yeah,
I was
like, get your hand out of here.
Get out of here, little boy.
What? I can't wait to
Do
get
you
home.
know what a diaper dandy is, Allie?
No.
Oh my God! No.
I saw her looking over.
Richard, I get so tired
What
of you
about
calling me out on
what
this
about
stuff.
a PT peer?
I was slowly
what?
coming up
Do
with
you know what a
peer.
PT peer is?
Primetime player.
Yay!
There
Well, you
you
know
go.
that.
So you should
that.
know diaper dandy.
thing.
Yeah, so
You suck?
no. So diaper dandy is basically saying like he's going to be a diaper dandy means like he's a freshman stud. Now it's different because back in the day it wasn't just freshmen All-Americans. Back in the day you were like junior, senior. So when a freshman came in and he had a big
it actually meant something.
It means something. If you were a freshman and you came
Playing with
into
senior.
juniors and seniors and you had a big time impact,
Right.
you were like a diaper dandy. Right, so like that was kind of the thing. Is like you know
Like
you
Jay
were
Will.
like being a freshman and
Right.
balling. Now being a freshman and balling
It's
means
typical.
it's a
It's like-
joke.
it's nothing.
It's a joke because there's
they're
no
not playing against seniors.
Yeah,
They're
no
playing against,
juniors
like,
and
sophomores
seniors.
and juniors.
Oh yeah, because it used to take a year
Yeah,
or
but
two.
even if they're a junior now, it's like a junior walk on. It's not like seriously, because any kid like you can literally right now average 10 points in college and be
As a freshman.
number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah, this is
Like
true.
and it's
I see
it's
the
crazy.
talent in his eyes.
But I tell people they made a mistake when they stopped letting high school kids come.
Oh,
man.
for sure.
The NCAA, they're in such an attempt to control it because they wanted these high-level players to come to college. But what it did is it killed the talent pool. It killed the talent pool. Before, if you wanted to go straight out of high school, you could go, like JR did, Bron did. But if you wanted to go to college, it's because you wanted to go to college, right? It wasn't like,
You have to go.
You have to go. Now it's like, I'm just going to do it for 1 year.
Right. You can go anywhere for 1 year. You can go to DeVry University. And
Yeah,
hoop.
yeah.
And then
It was
go to
okay
the
to be a senior in college,
Right.
right? It was okay to be a junior in college. It was okay to stay for an extra year, even though you were an All-American. Now it's like the further along you go in college, the more they feel like you're not talented.
Yeah.
Like it actually worked completely opposite of what they tried to do because they want to change a rule.
The more you're in college now, it's just like they're looking for more flaws to your game as opposed to, oh, he's doing this better or he's doing that better. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why
like that.
Yeah, that's why every year it's like Lonzo Ball's a freshman. You know, the kid Markelle Fultz is a freshman.
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk is a freshman. All the kids are freshmen because the talent pool before. Not saying that these guys weren't nice, but before, if he showed up on campus and I'm a junior, I'm a junior.
Went there at Kentucky if they had stayed 3 years.
Yeah.
Think about if any of those guys from Kentucky had actually stayed 3 years, you would have had like a guy like John Wall playing with Eric Bledsoe.
They
Eric
actually
Bledsoe
were the
wouldn't
same
be
class.
good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
But I'm just saying though, it's okay, Chan. But that was what it used to be. It used to be you used to show up on campus. There'd be sophomores, juniors, and seniors that were balling. Right? It was very rare that a freshman dominated college. Very rare.
Extremely.
And this was only, I'm talking about 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Easily.
I
I was supposed to go to Carolina, so on my visit, I'm walking into Sean May, Raymond Felton, Rashard McCants, and these guys are juniors at the time, and it's like, damn, I don't even know if I can play on this team.
Yeah.
Like literally going and thinking, but I mean,
you show up on a campus and the best player is a sophomore or a freshman.
You're like,
You show up out of high school.
I just played against him last year in AAU,
And
so
killed
it's
him.
like,
And killed him. It's a joke. So no, the NCAA to try and make change because the NCAA wanted these guys like LeBron, like JR to come to college so they can make money off of them.
Right.
The NBA didn't want it because they felt like it's hard to judge their talent off other high school players. So they tried to get them to go to the NCAA, but what it did is it actually just lowered the talent pool in the NCAA.
And now because kids are going 1 year overseas and coming right back, and then they're right back in the league anyway. So it's like it's actually pointless. And now you got kids reclassifying up just so they can get out of high school sooner to go overseas or to do that 1 year in college because they know they're going to be a lottery pick anyway.
Chang doesn't care what you're saying.
Was that one of the reasons?
He's a snap king.
He's the snap king. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you're
Switch,
saying.
was that one of the reasons? Switch,
Snap bottle, bro.
Yeah, I
was
got
that one
you,
of the
brother.
reasons why you didn't go to college? Because you just mentioned you went to Carolina and you saw.
That was my dream school. I always wanted, obviously Jordan and all of that, and I always wanted to be, following Jordan's footsteps, and and have that college experience because Carolina was my school, and I went on a visit. It was amazing, and then I started thinking about it. I talked to my mom about it. I didn't talk to my dad because my dad was biased. You do whatever you want to do, but I want you to go to the league. This is your dream, And I sat there and talked to my mom. I was like, Mom, like, what do you think? Because my mom was a big person in school. Like, she listen, you go get your degree, you go, and my whole thought was, listen, I'm going to college for however long I'm going to go to get to the NBA. Graduating wasn't even in my thought process. So
Graduating feels good, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure it does. Absolutely.
You stay there 8 years.
You should
Did you graduate?
Graduating.
God, Ellie, do you not listen to the podcast? Yes.
You went 4 years to school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I did know that.
He took a little bit of time for him to
He was
develop.
studying volleyball. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, anthropology, guys.
That's right.
The study of people. It's actually very interesting.
I took anthropology class my freshman year.
Yeah,
She said a
imagine
class,
taking-
not a
imagine
major in it.
There's
So we had awesome classes, though. It's like the funnest major. It's like history.
nothing wrong with Arizona.
Oh, Arizona's amazing.
Like everything you guys talk about. Is,
know-
No,
I didn't like
we had
it.
Terry Francona on here. Oh, you know who talks a lot of shit about Arizona? IT.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
because IT, I was like, IT, I used to bust your school's ass.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, yeah, y'all nice, but we used to bust Channing's ass. He's
Hey,
like,
but what's really fucked up about it? Beep.
you can't beep after you
Delay beep. Low key, I used to give them work.
Did you win?
No.
You didn't beat them.
No, we did beat them, but they were. That was the
So
one-
you played them 8 times. How many times you beat them?
3 times.
4 or 5.
Whoa. Yeah, that's not good
It's
for
like
Arizona.
50% at all.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
not
we
good.
never. It was tough to win up there, but they used to get that head whooped back in Arizona.
Okay.
Somebody-
Okay. Well,
Yo, I
we're
was giving him
gonna
30
get
and
IT
18.
on here to discuss it.
Get him on there. Yo, low key, he's low key funny.
No, he's really funny.
No, not
He's
low
really
key.
funny.
He's very high key, hilarious.
Yo, you know who's way funnier than I thought? Derrick Rose is hilarious.
As quiet as he is, he's funny as
He's so funny.
The thing about D is you just have to engage him.
Yeah.
You have to engage him. Like he's not. He can walk by you and say what's up and keep it moving. Then, but if you're like, "Yo, Derek, man, what's going on?" And then then he'll talk to you. But other than that, he just kind of does his own thing.
Like I'll be like, "Hey, D Rose, what's
oh, jeez, he's given up on you.
He has.
knows.
We're doing these sit downs for Fox, and one of the questions is, who on the team would you not want to get into a debate with?
Yeah.
And he literally said Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye. He goes, because number one, they talk too much. And
He doesn't talk though, so I'm like, of course, me. I'm like,
but he did say the one thing that people wouldn't win against him in is chess.
chess.
Ooh,
He's a
I like
chess
that
player.
challenge.
Chess, and there was one of the ping pong. He was like, he said that you, because of your length,
Yeah.
might,
I suck at
but
ping
in
pong.
chess, he doesn't think
Yeah,
anyone could beat him.
You know,
And you play ping pong?
Beer pong.
Me, I do play, but I'm not. I
Didn't
wouldn't
you have a
consider-
table in New York?
I did, but I got
It was
better.
more for a flip cup. And
More for
beer
flip
pong.
cup and beer pong. But I played a lot and I got better, but I didn't start playing till I was literally in my mid 20s. Like some of the guys that
Ping
play
pong?
ping pong, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you start playing ping pong as a kid, like the stuff that you can do is tough.
Yeah.
Like Josh Kroenke, who was on the podcast, like he is nice. He's really, really nice at it. But like all of our boys used to play, so I started playing later. So I can't really consider myself a tennis player.
Nene.
I give up.
Nene's nice.
Unbelievable.
Well, his hand. Does he
Nene.
use a paddle or his hand?
No, he definitely uses a paddle.
The
Palm is the
Euros are
paddle.
nice.
So you know how hard it is for if you where I'm from, like if you palm the
Jersey?
paddle in New Jersey, if you palm the paddle, it's hard to you can't obviously you can't backhand it.
Yeah.
But with Nene, like his hands are so big and his length, like there is no backhand. He literally flips the paddle between hand to hand.
Oh,
So
Get
as the
out.
ball's coming, and he's got so much spin
No way,
and everything.
no way.
He's ridiculous, bro. Like it's
Main streets
seriously.
of Brazil, dog. That's what they do, man.
No, that's real live mean streets of Brazil.
I'm not lying.
City
They're
of God,
favelas.
like
We
this
had to go through the
religion is real.
favelas, right? We had to drive on the freeway.
They
to the
remind you of
favelas.
Chandler, Arizona.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what's up, homies? No, I'm just kidding. I've been
That's some
across the
serious
world.
stuff.
I've never wanted to lock. I wanted to lock the bus window. Like it is seriously one of the most. I don't want to say downtrodden. That's not the right word. Like the most sad.
It's just poverty.
Yeah, just
it's
straight poverty. I was like, yo, you people are like cinder
Did you
blocks.
say you people?
No, well, sorry. That's not what I meant.
Am I going to have to edit?
I was about to say that's edited out. You people.
I was like,
Wow.
yo, they're like.
You got a little Trump in you, huh?
Oh,
You got a little Trump in you, huh? Don't even worry about it.
But you know what's amazing when you go to the Christ the Redeemer?
Yeah.
And you see the mountains, how much they're taking over the mountains, the favelas. They just keep growing up and up and up and up. It's unbelievable.
All you need is 6 cinder blocks and a tin,
And they're
piece
like
of metal.
4 or
and
5
that's
stories
Yeah,
high.
oh,
too.
man.
It's like,
Dude, this shit was crazy.
That's
Shit was
nuts.
cray-cray. So, Jared, let's ask important questions.
Okay.
Oh, here we
How
go.
mad are you that you're sitting here and not golfing? Because your eyes have been straight out that window.
Actually, I'm not mad at all. Surprisingly for me, I only play 8 or 9 times this summer. Golf.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, one, you got married.
Oh, mistake. Keep going.
Mistake.
you were in Mexico for
I'm
3 weeks.
saying mistake one. Mistake one on the why you're killing your golf
And I
game.
got 3 girls at home. So
Oh,
it's
man.
4 on top of my wife. I got 2 bulldogs. I had to make boys. Just so I'm
That's
not alone.
tough. It's tough because I can't relate to that because I have 2 sons.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though. I'm with you.
What's your favorite thing about raising girls?
My favorite thing, they're always going to be daddy's girls.
Yup.
So no matter what, I can
Never leave me.
I can literally walk out and walk back in, and it'd be like the first time they see me.
It's the best.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
at-
When Richard's old, and he's like, little RJ, little Richard,
Like,
come
Dad,
in.
Dad, go to the home.
You're good. Yeah.
Dad, how did you get out the home?
It's so
Little
funny.
Margot.
The one thing that guys with only girls talk about is how much my daughter's going to take care of me. You realize that at some point in time she's going to be married, and her husband's going to be like, really? This old motherfucker again?
No,
really?
no,
Your
no,
pops
no.
is coming again?
I'll tell you one thing. He better have a bankroll. Yeah. he better.
You better have a guest house.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
For
Look,
sure.
what's up? 5 bedrooms?
You know what else
Boy,
is
I'm
great
in the poorhouse.
about girls? I could sit there I'm a huge video gamer. I'm a gamer. So
That's
I
a
play,
bold statement, but keep going.
I play video games 8 hours out of the day.
What?
Easily.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your game
I'm with
you're
it.
on right
I'm
now?
with it.
I'm on 2K right now. I made
Okay. What's your gamer tag?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I've done that before.
That's a setup. Don't do that.
Oh my god.
It's the worst.
It's a
It's the
setup.
worst.
People talk reckless.
Not only reckless, but like the amount of friend requests you can get in 10 minutes.
We don't have that many people listening.
It's ridiculous. Not even
happened?
close.
Okay, so
Oh,
you,
wow.
What happened?
Wow. Hold on. Breaking news.
The last time we did this, count to 10.
Yeah, no. Breaking news. Ezekiel Elliott's suspension reinstated after court's ruling. Rafa, Channing, that doesn't mean for you to check your. That doesn't mean for you to check your phone.
It's just for
It's
JR,
just for
who is a
information.
big Cowboys fan.
You're a Cowboys fan, and I have Ezekiel Elliott on my fantasy league, as do most people.
And for our listeners, we're going to get back to why girls are so great because you're a gamer, but you can continue.
Oh
On the story
yeah.
She does this.
I don't. It's tough for me because I don't know because I only make boys. I don't know if I'll ever get to truly experience why girls are so great.
Well,
So they
That just mean
truly.
your sperm
So
are
what?
slow.
You play video games and they just sit there with you? They just hang with you?
no, actually, they leave me alone. They leave me alone.
'Cause they
Let
have
me
no
be.
interest.
Oh,
and
because
then
it's boring.
No, because
No.
they're cool as stuff. Like my daughter will be she just wants to, she'll color while I play. So I'm like, yeah, Lauren, I'm taking care of Margot, and she's like down there coloring, singing a
because
song.
she's doing. She's first of all, they're in their own world. They have.
Oh, man.
They're the princess or the queen of their own world for sure.
Every day.
And then after 2 hours or not even that, maybe an hour, Daddy, you want something to drink? You want some chips? You want something? No?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm
Always
good,
ready
babe.
to
Thank
It's
you.
the
Appreciate
heart
it.
of us.
And then just leave me
Ellie,
alone
why are
for
you
another
putting
hour
yourself
and come
out?
back.
Hey, you're a
Daddy,
little
you-
child.
like seriously.
Because the fact that he can sit there and play video games and they let him do that, it says that they're obviously independent, but they like to just be in your presence.
Right.
But they don't need your attention.
Exactly.
They just want to be
It's
in the
amazing.
same room as
Yes.
us.
Yeah,
But
no,
they care.
boys are completely different
No,
in that.
my-
Boys,
They
we
want
got
your
like, hey,
attention.
little Richard, what are you doing? Get out of there. What- hey.
Yeah,
Can I tell you something about Little Rich? When we were recording this summer, I went down to the basement and Richard was helping his wife and the other one upstairs, Phoenix, and Little Rich literally looked at me, ripped pages out of a book, threw a remote, threw two like stainless steel coffee things.
But the best
See
thing
what
is
I'm
that
saying?
he's staring at her the whole time.
the whole
It's like,
time.
These are things I know I'm not supposed to do.
and then
I dare you to say something.
Yeah, it's
one of those-
it's like you're gonna get me in trouble. You're going down with me.
But then I went to like pick up the book and I like went to like grab his hand after the next one and then he would just run and go under the coffee table and then you can't get him.
No. He's
then he-
mischievous at a high level.
he laughs.
And he laughs at you.
I wonder where he got it from.
Richard's son. I have never seen a kid so small, so fast in my
Oh,
life.
he's fast.
Like my kids are ginormous and they can't keep
Ginormous.
up. My kids are like tired after watching him run.
Oh, yeah.
The hallway down the queue, this boy he gone.
He gone.
Shoo!
Yeah.
And like, listen, he's kind of bow-legged too. And he be gone, dog. He's track. That boy need to run marathons. You could be like,
Oh,
Lil
he's
Rich.
so- he's
There's
got
a ball
so-
6 miles down that way. He
The-
could be like, ball, boom,
The
go.
best thing that ever happened was that he's addicted to basketball because that allows him to wear himself out. But if it was like something else with that amount of energy, there'd be issues. There'd be legit.
He's not going to be a painter.
No.
Has he shown signs of jumping, of having the jumping
Well,
ability
he's
that you
got
do?
big calves already, which is weird for a 2.5-year-old. But
He has like a fat six-pack.
yeah, no,
like a
he's got
baby
the
six-pack.
but no, he just is like I have a video. I showed it to you, right? Where so he's laying in the bed. And there's video of him, and whenever he plays basketball, we're like, if he makes it, we're like, ooh, almost, good try, blah, blah. Or if he makes it, we're like, yay, good job. So he's sitting there watching the game, and I told Mike Breen, because he just did our game, and so you're watching the video, and he's laying in bed, and Mike Breen's commentating on the TV, because we have because all he wants to watch is basketball and play is basketball. So you watch on the TV, and you have the Mike Breen talking, it's Mike Breen, it might be like Van Gundy or whoever. So it's like, oh yes, pass to J.R. Smith, back to Kyrie, up for the jumper. Oh, no good. And then he just goes, almost. And then it's like, it'll keep going. Then he's like, yay. He now just associates like making a shot, missing a shot with almost. I showed you the video because he's just
That
sitting
was
there
hilarious.
locked in and just all of a sudden he just goes into a cheer when somebody misses. And you're just like, I'm so proud, but it really kind of trips me out a little bit.
Okay, back to my important question. JR, what was your first tattoo? And then when did you say, screw it, I'm just going to get yadded up?
My first tattoo actually was the
Jordan?
Actually, it was not Jordan.
You have Jordan on your body?
Oh,
I
he's
have
got the
logo,
23.
yeah.
He's got the 23. He's got the 23.
This is my
Crying
number in
face.
high school. I wore 23.
Why'd you wear 23?
And you should know these shoes because you wore them.
Oh, no, I can't see.
It's not a very good tattoo.
Yeah, well, it was old.
What is it?
It's supposed to be the Shocks.
Oh, those are the shots.
Yeah, so
See,
that
that's
was
an underneath spot, but yeah.
So that was Vince.
We called them the boings. Remember the
Boings,
commercials?
yes,
the boings?
for sure.
You remember the
For
commercial? It's
sure.
like, yo, the boing was. So I was at Arizona, and there was like when we found out that they were sending them to us, I was like, yo, the boings are here. We're getting the boings. And people were like, what the hell are the
couldn't
boings?
I hooped a nose.
They were so fucking terrible.
So bad for you.
They were trash. They were trash.
They were so discontinued. They were the biggest thing for like 5 years. Gone.
When I tell
They were
you
like,
the
oh,
worst,
you're wearing heels.
That was the worst.
with no bounce in it though.
None.
Out of all the shoes that are supposed to like the boings, no bounce in those.
Oh, they were awful. They were the awful shoes. I
man.
used to kill them. Allie's looking at us again. Like,
What?
What shoes
do you
are
know,
you talking
do you know about
about?
the Nike shot? You know about
What
the
year?
Nike shots.
What year did
The
they come out?
Shocks.
They came out in probably.
I was
Oh,
in
yeah,
high
yeah,
school,
I had
Yeah,
it.
they had the
Baseball.
little. They were like the 4 like prongs underneath the shoe,
Yeah,
and they
I
were
did have
supposed to
those.
like absorb. They were terrible.
So wait, how old were you
Trash.
when you got your first tattoo?
15. I was 15, and I wanted to get. I wanted to get one, but I wasn't like sold on it because actually, what creeped me out is people that look like me when I was a kid. Like I was like, "There's no way I'm getting tattoos. I like that. This guy's got tattoos all over him." Da 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 da. And my sister was like, "Yo, let's get a tattoo." I'm like, "Yeah." First of all, mom and pops are not gonna let that happen. And two, why would we? Like, what are we getting tattoos for? So she got a tattoo of this. Yes, that's the.
No, so the
the
commercial that I did with Vince,
sure.
the commercial that I did with Vince was for the Nike Shocks, which was you.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Obviously,
that was a great.
So do you know
That
how
was
many you
amazing.
have?
I counted
Full
it.
body?
Just 3.
You don't have any on your legs.
Yeah, he does.
You do?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you never see them because of my sleeves, but
Oh.
or my tights. But yeah, I counted as 3. I got from my
People
waist
say
up.
people
is
say
Oh,
they're
yeah.
people say they're
2,
addictive. I don't think
3.
you would agree with that.
What is the worst spot to get them?
the worst
ribs,
spot. I mean,
ribs.
Nah, your shin.
What about your? You have one on your shin.
Yeah,
Dude, he is yadded
What
up.
about on your neck?
nah, that's easy.
What?
Shit. Yeah, because I mean, where there's bone, that's the most. That's the part that hurts the most
Bone and skin, not good.
at
No.
all.
Oh.
Bone
at
and
all.
skin is bad. Fat,
No.
fat.
Fat is
that's
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
You're
Tag the
good.
place.
Tattoo
Like,
my
like-
ass all you want.
Wow.
It's actually kind of smart. That's kind of smart.
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts
Oh, yeah,
so
you get a
bad.
tattoo on your ass.
It's like chiseling. Oh my god.
So edit that.
No, don't edit that. Channing wants a tattoo on his ass.
No, I said
Or
you
get a butterfly, Channing. Get a
Right.
back tattoo.
A lower back.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Get an arrow sign.
First of all,
Okay,
dolphins my
so
favorite
He's
animal.
gonna get an
No
arrow. He's
way.
gonna get an
Yes.
arrow
What
sign.
kind of dolphin? There's a bunch.
There's a bunch of different dolphins. I didn't know that.
There's
See, I'm-
dolphins. there's
porpoises.
porpoises, yeah.
Don't start
That's-
that.
I think
Channing.
that's-
Channing.
there's-
We're going down a
Okay,
going down a
sorry.
route that we should.
Okay, but
the
honestly,
different types of dolphins.
Here's
you're
a real
gonna-
question that everybody wants to know: do you drink Henny?
No.
See, everybody thinks that you drink Hennessy.
I
keep trying
know.
to tell people
and
this.
that's like
You're not a Henny guy.
at all. That's like the unwritten rule of
Being a pro.
no, not even being a pro, but like just black people. I think they just associate Hennessy with black people for whatever reason. Is
Because
it's
black
like-
people drink Hennessy. Do you remember? They do.
They do,
When, do you
but
remember when
damn.
Black History Month was sponsored by Hennessy?
By Hennessy.
That was so
That
different.
was
so
so
disrespectful.
crazy.
So disrespectful.
But you got to listen- you got to see the signs.
Don't NBA. Don't do that. Don't
and they
do that.
wonder why
Don't.
we're at
I don't
where
think
we're
it was
at
the NBA,
now.
though. I think it was us.
Man,
You
no,
have
it
to
doesn't
see the
matter.
signs.
Black History Month was sponsored by Hennessy.
Now it will
Please
be
don't do
sponsored
that
by
again.
Crown
It's going to be
Please,
Hennessy and Black and Miles next time. Thanks to Shannon Sharp.
Let's
And do-rags.
And do-rags.
Let's literally avoid like that, like watermelon,
Like seriously.
do-rags, KFC, Popeye's chicken. Let's
Oh, no,
avoid
not
that.
KFC.
Swish.
Checkers.
Yes.
Swish. If you could have anyone be your caddy for a day?
Allie's quickly changing the subject.
Very uncomfortable.
Quickly changed the subject.
I'm not uncomfortable.
We went full BET, and you are straight AMC.
MTV.
No.
AMC. No. CMT.
CMT, yes.
CMT.
Stone Cold Steve Austin show.
I
You don't ever watch that? Okay, cool. Good time.
He has a show?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Where it's
On
like these people
CMT?
do crazy workout things. They like wrestle each other, run up some
no,
crazy
I'm not
hill.
doing- I'll watch it.
It's
I'm not
hilarious.
doing that.
Yeah, that's
No,
not for
I'm
me.
not doing that either. I have enough money to not do that.
Oh, wow.
Okay. If
What, I
someone
have
could be your
$5.
caddy, Swish, who?
Jesus.
That would be a good one, actually.
He's like, go ahead, put a little, what you got, water? Boop. Let's get this started. He's like, oh, it's windy. Jesus.
Who'd you ask the question to? Who'd you ask the question
So I got hype, dog.
Let's see again. Hey,
Hilarious.
JR.
JR, again, who would you want your caddy to be?
If I could pick anybody to be my caddy, just because, unfortunately, he's older and he doesn't really have that upbeat of doing it anymore. My dad. I think
Really?
my dad. Yeah.
He's never caddied for you?
Nah. When we play together, like he'll play 5, maybe 6 holes, and
Okay.
then he'll just ride. Like he's more in it for, just the bonding time, father son time, because we don't get to see each other as much.
Yeah.
Especially when he lived with me my first year in New Orleans. But after that, I mean, because I got little brothers and stuff like that, and we got a big family, and now we got so many grandkids or whatever. So we didn't really get to spend as much time with each other as we would like. So I would have to say my dad.
Is that like a space where, I'm not big into golf at all, but is that like a space where it literally would just be the two of you and it's just that time? Is that what kind of like golf can be?
Absolutely. You know what's so crazy about golf, and even though there's so many galleries or whatever, it's when you're out there and you're hitting the ball and you're talking to your caddy, it's literally like you're out there by yourself.
Oh, it's the best. It is the best.
It's
You
so
play golf?
crazy because you can be around so many people and still
I
feel
grew up in Arizona.
like
My dad was a huge
I'm
golfer.
I'm good.
You
Yeah.
you caddied for Jason Day, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, how was that?
that was the worst.
It was the
Why?
worst?
He's the
You were
heaviest
the worst?
bag in the life.
Oh, really?
He's the heaviest
There is
bag
no
alive.
Sunday bag with those guys.
Where'd you caddy for him?
At Firestone.
At Firestone, yeah.
How many
It was
holes?
practice day.
Luckily, he said 9 holes. This was practice round, so yeah, that shit was heavy.
So you carry it the whole way.
the whole way and walking.
And they walk fast.
No.
It's just- it's just-
not that they walk
You gotta
fast.
grab
It's
the
just
bag.
like by the time you listen, okay. Listen, my 7-iron is it goes 170 yards. I know what it's gonna do. All of that. He can hit a 3-iron 170. He can hit a pitching wedge 170. So it's like it's just depending on what he wants to hit and what kind of shot or how it's shaped or wherever the hole is.
too much.
I'm sitting there, listen, bro. What club would you like?
Yeah.
You want a 6? All right, cool. I'm thinking it's 7. 7. There's 9. Like, listen, take your club. Hit this ball. I'm gonna pick up this heavy ass bag,
and I'm gonna keep it
and I'm
moving.
gonna keep it moving. We're having great conversation though. I learned a lot from him. I'm not gonna lie. I did learn a lot from him on the course. There's a lot of course management situations, but carrying that bag. That shit is terrible.
You have a lot of responsibility for guys like that as a caddy, don't you?
Oh, for sure.
yes.
I didn't
Because-
realize that.
Oh,
First of all-
they get a portion of the winnings.
10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta know the course. You gotta
Yeah,
know the
you
wind.
said-
This is
you
what
gotta
I'm
know
saying,
where you
like,
want him to land the shot.
that is
Like the
the-
tee shot, he
that's
might be
the
able to
hardest
drive
thing
it
to do.
300 yards, but his best second shot might be at 240 instead
Right.
of 300. So he had to. The caddy has to.
I think that's the hardest job. Because for one, you have to be on point and precise with your numbers and every time. Yeah, the guy hitting the shot, obviously he's got tremendous talent. Just tell him to hit it 160. He'll hit it 160 on the dot, make it spin back, go forward, or however he does it. But the guy, if you mess up as the caddy and say, okay, this is 160, and it's 163,
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
3
screwed.
yards is big.
like it's
No, because it's
ridiculous.
flat. Maybe at 160 is flat, but if he hits a 165, he's going down.
It's on this side of the
downhill
slope
line.
or that side of the slope. So
that was a lot of stress.
it's
you remember
it's a lot of stress.
Allie, you just watched Happy Gilmore, where
that caddy life is.
Yeah, where you watch Happy Gilmore.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
got
goes,
6 clubs in the
when
bag.
he goes like this, he goes, I think it's a 9-iron. hand me my 7. Boom. He goes like this to his caddy. He goes, 9-iron, huh?
Where you at on that one, dipshit?
You're fired. He's like, 9-iron, huh? You're fired. And it's like,
Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin goes. He asked for like his. The guy said it was a 9-iron. He goes, give me my wedge. Give me my wedge. Boop. 9-iron, huh? Yeah, you're fired. It's like yeah.
That's an incredible movie.
Yeah,
it's amazing. First of all, Adam Sandler and I have the same birthday, so we're awesome.
Yeah, so you're that's what makes you awesome.
Yeah,
he is my favorite actor.
What's better,
really?
that or
Yeah.
Tin Cup?
I can see
There's
that.
no way you really.
Tin Cup, or Happy Gilmore.
Oh, I love Tin Cup.
I love
What's Tin Cup?
Is a golf movie with Kevin Costner.
She's amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah, Renee Russo. Renee Russo. Yeah,
She's amazing. I gotta go with Happy
Tin
Gilmore.
Cup is
that's just.
It was so ahead of its time.
Oh, for sure.
But the fact that they could make a movie like Tin Cup where it was legitimately about like golf and like the bullshit, but it wasn't like stupid like Happy Gilmore. But they still made it interesting.
Is the 9 on 9? What was that? 9 on 9? Is that a real thing?
The 9 at 9.
9 at 9, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Or was that just in the movie?
It might be. Honestly, it might be like one of those, golf rituals that they do introduce the young guys to. But I don't know.
We got it. But so she had never seen Happy Gilmore. But we should just give her because we're doing movie reviews, right?
Okay.
So it's like you just kind of give like a minute synopsis on whatever movie because Allie hasn't seen anything, right? I'm trying to think.
To go to the movies,
yeah,
huh?
I'm trying to think if
You got time to send me my Dunkin' Donuts card either, but don't worry about it.
Oh wow!
Swish. Once I get them, it'll be in your inbox.
We got free Dunkin' Donuts cards?
Oh jeez, here we go.
First of all, I don't know where we came from.
Look, you don't have one now?
I'm here for the free
Not yet.
stuff.
Nope.
What's up with the sugar donuts, my dogs?
Sugar donuts? No.
Dude, Dunkin' Donuts.
First of all,
you need more sugar donuts.
The vanilla cream is the best donut.
I will.
Donuts
Boston
with
cream
squishy
is the
stuff.
best donut. I like that. I will give a shout out to Swish though because Dunkin' will appreciate it. You like Dunkin' Donuts?
I love Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I'm an ambassador for
You
Dunkin'.
supposed to.
But
Yeah.
what I want to know though is
that's
like you would
tight.
have you ever done
That's
anything for
tight.
Dunkin'?
I haven't.
You would really go. So if Duncan was like, "Yo,
Listen,
Swish, can
I'm going the extra mile.
hey, so before every single game, our trainer Steve Spiro he stops at the Dunkin' Donut by his crib,
Yes.
right, and grabs. Is it him or Steve or Gio?
Well,
Gio.
actually, they
alternate.
They alternate.
But every day before each game, there's like 6 cups of coffee. And how do you take your
God.
coffee? Tell the people.
ready.
First of all, there's 5 trainers who get their coffee.
No,
and then
and that's
they
what I'm
can bring
saying.
one
I
for
said
me.
there's like 6 of
Yeah,
them.
that's
I
what I said.
didn't
There's
single
5
you
trainers
out.
that
I
they
said,
get,
how do
and
you
it's
take
me.
your coffee?
Irish.
Say it. No. Say it.
8 creams, 8 sugars.
What?
Yes.
What size coffee?
Extra large.
Medium.
No.
Yeah.
They bring medium.
Yes.
But it's extra
Espresso.
large. Extra large hot coffee, 8 and 8.
Does that make you bounce off the walls?
Oh, yes.
No.
Well, he doesn't sleep. He already said he does not sleep.
Yeah, but that's without coffee. So imagine me with coffee.
Oh, wow.
8. I've never heard of that.
Wow.
Oh, 8 creams is the thing that really throws you off? Like,
Yeah.
it's not the 8
How's your sugar level? How's
Well, have
your
you
sugar?
seen a pump of cream? That is like a full. That's
No, that's like a whole cup.
Yeah, Ali, but it's 8 sugars.
8
Cream is cream.
Sugars.
Yeah, that's
That's
why.
8.
Oh, there's sugar in that cream.
I
Make
know
no
that, but
mistake.
it's
There's
sugar.
a lot of sugar in that cream.
Basically,
Really?
what we're saying
Yeah,
is,
hell yeah. That's all. Like that cream, like it's so
That could
sweet.
be like a new item for Dunkin' Donuts. The J.R.
the J.R. Smith, the 8
Sweetie,
J.R.
the
Smith,
Swish,
the 8 and 8. I
the
got that when
Swish
I was
cup.
in New York, by the way, the 8 and 8.
The
and
8
when
and 8.
you get a deal off of this, then you can start sending me
Can
things
you
in my
get a deal?
email.
No, you
Sugar
whatever you
donuts?
need. Right now they got Odell, so he's kind of a big
Do
deal.
they?
I did see his commercial.
Do they have Odell?
they need a switch.
Dunkin' Donuts have Odell.
But I'm saying
the Giants don't have
he's
Odell.
out for the season.
Yeah, the Giants don't have Odell. Dunkin' Donuts got Odell.
Okay, that's true.
You know
That's
what?
true.
I want some competition. What's up, Starbucks? I get green teas. What's up, Starbucks?
They don't care.
First of all, Starbucks is way too expensive. For you,
It is really
a guy who likes a lot of free stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
but-
are not doing that.
Starbucks.
He buys the
Let me
most
get a free
expensive
green
water
tea.
at the gas station.
Yeah,
That's
Channing
true.
goes in and gets the most expensive water at the gas
Fiji.
station.
Oh, for sure.
See?
Oh, you do too?
Oh, I don't go get Crystal. I
I'm
just go.
sorry. No.
I just go Smart Water. I don't go Crystal Geyser.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
no,
Arrowhead.
no. I'm not getting that Arrowhead because you know what that is? Tap.
It's tap in a plastic bottle.
Honestly, I like the Dasani though.
Yeah.
Ooh,
like the sun.
I'm not a sunny
Yucky.
guy.
I'm not an Aquafina guy.
No, I'm a smart water
Is it
guy.
really?
Smart water.
Is it really that? Is there really that big of a difference?
Yes.
Or is it just
You know
very
what's you know what's actually surprising? If you could have asked me this 15 years ago, I would have said absolutely not, because I used to literally turn on the faucet, put my cup under there, and
The
drink.
hose?
Yeah.
The hose,
The
water
hose.
was so good.
Now that I actually have a little bit of money and
A little bit
of culture,
You signed a mean
whatever.
deal. Okay,
Listen,
sorry.
it
I'll
was-
say we'll stop.
It was okay.
It was all right.
You doing a little something, something.
I'm doing enough for me. My
You
fault.
own
You're
my-
eating.
I'm eating.
You
I'm
own
eating.
my favorite car. Not to change the subject.
The Challenger?
No, the Ferrari.
F12?
Yes.
Really?
Berlinetta. Oh, my
Really?
God.
Shannon, do you know there's surgeries?
Car
and there-
boner.
there's surgeries.
You ain't getting a freebie there.
No,
you can do all the shout outs you want.
can't.
Ain't
Yeah.
happening.
And look,
No, that
Ferrari's
ain't
like,
happening.
You can shout out Enzo all you want. He ain't getting one.
I'm
No.
saying this right now. Like, I'm just so big. I sat in it, and I literally, when I got my first deal, I was like, this is it. And then 2 months later, Lauren's like, oh, hey, I'm pregnant. I was like, man, fuck.
You realize you've made $60 million since then. Lauren's still like,
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
The thing is,
Anybody doesn't know, Shannon is popping out babies like Skittles, man.
Oh
God.
my, it's like a Pez dispenser. It's like pull the head
I didn't
back.
want a middle child, dog. I didn't want a middle child. That's it. I think
there's-
they're
now
kids.
you have
There's
two-
nothing wrong with middle children.
Now you have two middle children.
Right. No, right. They can take care of each other.
What? I don't understand this whole take care of things. I really don't. Like,
No. That,
Because
well,
you're the youngest, aren't you?
yes, and
Yeah.
I take care of everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you're the moneymaker. What do you
Well,
mean?
shit, I got 9 nieces and nephews. I got one that I just found out about.
Oh, Lord.
I mean,
And I got
we're-
another. My brother just
we're
had
about in the
another
same boat. We're about in the same
I
boat.
got one brother, and he is
No
cool
kids.
with me. No
Oh,
kids.
God.
Chilling, lives in New York. His one job is when I come to New York to take me to the best restaurants. That's his one job, and he was trash can last year.
Yeah, he was
But,
trash.
but most of the
What
time,
restaurant
Logan
was
comes
last
through.
Shout out to Logan.
Something.
The spot in
Red
Toronto
something.
was amazing.
Oh, the spot in Toronto was so.
Hey,
amazing.
so we're gonna
Frilo 12. Holla at your boy.
Frilo 12.
He's very weird.
So Swish, we're gonna change gears a little bit, right?
Okay.
Where I got 2 things that I want to talk about.
Oh,
right?
God.
All right.
Two
How-
things. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this because it was addressed in the media, one part, right?
Right.
And we talked as a team, so like we're 100% on a great space.
I think I know where you're going with this, but go
But
ahead.
I don't know.
I'll let you pick
I
which
like
one you want to talk about first, right?
No, give me the first.
No.
Your
I'm
first
going to
one
give you
is.
the second one. I'm going to give you the second one, and then we can figure out where
So-
we want to start.
Okay, cool.
All right. So we have that one that was addressed in the media, which we
Right.
talked about as a team, and everybody's great. And then the second one is the Jamel Hill situation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
We're
So-
going there.
so-
Well, we're going to go
Touchy.
ladies first. Let's do
Okay, so we'll go ladies first.
Okay.
So you supported Jamel Hill. I did her show, not this past summer, but the summer before when she was doing his and hers. I subbed in for Michael Smith, so I got to know Jamel a little bit. So like yes, we all know Ali, Rafa, like it's in the industry. Chang doesn't give a shit. So it's like
I love you guys.
4 of the 5 people here have some sort of understanding of what's going on as Channing checks his Snapchat.
All right.
But
I'm
I
trying to
think-
see if he's getting a good feedback. Oh,
Okay,
only
so
101
you're-
people saw it.
So you're, to start off for people in case they don't know, because I actually don't know, your connection with Jamel is what? How do you know her? What's the...
Actually, I don't.
Okay.
Actually, but can you set up what is it that happened to maybe?
So
give me
Jamel
some
recently
people
Jamel was under fire about a month ago because she said that she got into a Twitter battle with some people and said that Donald Trump was a white supremacist and he supported white supremacists, and yeah, it was an intense conversation. that's Jamel Hill. So there was a lot of intent, and people were talking about this, and ESPN was like, hey, the views and opinions of Jamel Hill don't necessarily reflect the views and opinions of our company, blah, blah, blah. And then I think they had a conversation with her. The press secretary said that she should be suspended,
Let go, yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then there was a freedom of speech, but it's like you're under your company's umbrella. Fast forward, she gets into another situation recently where she was talking about Jerry Jones, who is the owner of your Cowboys. That's why we were
Yes.
talking about Elliott. And, she was like, hey, look, I'm not saying boycott the NFL, but if you guys are that upset, then here are the list of the sponsors that if you stop using the sponsorships, if you guys don't support what Jerry Jones is doing. And it led to a suspension by her. And you tweeted out support to her. Like, what was kind of the reasoning behind that? Like, why? The cool thing about what we do here is that if you wanted to fucking talk for 10 minutes, go ahead, have at it. I was curious because you can only see things on Twitter in 160 characters. You don't understand content or context, but here we can talk about it and understand kind of your views of how you you respect and admire.
And I told her she slid in my DMs after.
Okay. I see you, girl.
Nah, but we had a brief conversation in our DMs. Because I don't know Jamel like that. Like I've watched her show, and it's I have tremendous respect for, first of all, a woman to do and come in and talk about the things that we have going on, whether it's in the locker room as a player or as a family man. Like it takes courage to do that as a female, and then to be an African American female, to come from where females weren't even allowed to be reporters or broadcasters. Like we've all came so far, and not just as a as a sex, as a race, as a species, as human. Like, we came so far. And to sit there and trying to silence someone or shun someone just because of their opinion, I thought that's what the whole thing of quote unquote being different or freedom of speech, your rights. Now, granted, I understand you can't work for Pepsi and go over there saying, I love Coke or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that. I understand there's certain consequences that comes with, your job and your title or whatever. But when you're sitting here talking about people's rights and what's going on, what's right or wrong, in your opinion, especially as someone in her situation, I don't think you can.
Do you think it would have been different if it had been a white male or a white female who made the comment?
Actually, I do.
You do? Okay.
100%.
Yeah. Okay, so that's different.
I do.
Yeah.
And it's just.
But Swish, and I'm going to disagree with you there, right? I think from ESPN's standpoint, from a brand management, whoever says this, ESPN is going to have. If a white reporter were to say Donald Trump is a white supremacist and he supports white supremacists, I think that individual probably would have gotten some heat from whoever, because let's say he's a Democrat or he's a liberal. Like, I'm just saying, like, those statements right there, regardless of race or color, now it might have been inflamed more because of her, but I feel like that might have been an intense situation regardless of your race or color.
I don't think it would have got to where it is now.
Okay, that's fair.
So do you not acknowledge that Jemele Hill has a huge voice that is listened to and that ESPN can only allow her to speak her mind or her opinions to a certain point to where now you're messing with, because what it really comes down to is money, 100%. Right. So she can speak her mind, but when you start messing with money,
not as an employer at ESPN.
As an employer, right. You like,
but she's not losing in that situation. She's not losing ratings. If anything, she's gaining them because people want to hear what she has to say. That right there alone tells you, like, seriously, how many people watch reality TV? No one is not reality.
I do.
No one people just sit there and fight and act crazy. But people are attracted to it. People want to see that. So she's not losing.
But I gotta tell you something though. Like, I'm an employee of the Cavs.
Right.
And, I see so many people on their handles put, like, Richard Jefferson, the opinions are mine. But as an employee of any organization, I do represent that organization. So absolutely. I can't really go on Twitter and express my political views or express.
But why can't you express your political views out of all things? Why is politics so?
Nowadays it is.
Nowadays,
nowadays it's more. It's like your political views are like valued more than what church you go to. Like, it doesn't.
Let me fix it. Let me correct myself. I can express my political views. I cannot take sides in a way that she did because she was attacking sponsors.
Well, no, wait, Rafa. She never attacked sponsors.
Oh, she was saying
no.
Don't
what she
boycott
said,
him.
what she did. She said this. Someone asked her if just not watching football is enough. Me just not turning on football, I don't feel like that's enough. How else can I impact something that I feel is unjust? And she was, and Jamel was like, well, here's a list of the Dallas Cowboys sponsors. So you can not support their sponsors, right?
Which is
perfectly
fine.
okay.
There's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that. She's like, I'm not telling, and then she came out and sent a text like, I'm not telling you to boycott the NFL. I'm not telling you to boycott. I'm just merely telling you that if this is how you feel and you feel strongly about something and you just feel like on Sundays, I'm not going to turn on the NFL, but there's other ways to affect, something that you feel is not right.
But you're affecting that money.
Yeah.
That's the issue. You're affecting the money now.
It's so funny.
You have put names to a face.
Yeah.
Or face to names? Yeah, face to
whatever
names.
one you want to change. The one thing that and I want to hear your opinion on this. Rachel Nichols, she did a segment a couple of weeks ago. I think you liked it. Bron liked it on Twitter, where she did a full segment on her show, The Jump, which is an amazing show. You guys should check it out. Rachel is one of the best in the game. She did a segment where she showed how J.J. Watt raised $37 million using his platform to help raise awareness for what happened in Houston and to raise awareness and to bring money so that he can help rebuild Houston. Captain Jack, right? He's from Port Arthur, Texas. Yep. He used his platform on The Jump and on social media to help raise awareness for Port Arthur, right? And to help try and get money. Yeah, big perk. Like lots of people. Lots of people. And so they use their platform. And you can say, Colin Kaepernick, he was kneeling. Well, that's work, blah, blah, blah. Well, wait a second. My thing is this. If you look at it from a standpoint of they were airing the J.J. Watt commercial during NFL Sunday.
Yes.
The narrative that was being chased here or was being made aware about was the you should just stick to sports.
You should just stick to sports. And so what it is it's more of just showing now how things are affecting your community, right? One community was affected by a hurricane, right? I think and again, I can't speak especially for Colin Kaepernick, but I think what he was trying to raise awareness for in a way that people don't necessarily agree with, everyone's entitled to their opinion, is for the police brutality and the systemic racism that goes on in the justice system and with police in his community, in the African American community. So what he did is he decided to show a sign of a peaceful protest to raise awareness. And so what Rachel did in her segment was look, you can't have these guys raise $40 million, $50 million to help rebuild Houston using their platform and affecting their community. But then when they feel like there's a social injustice or if they feel like there's police brutality going on in their community and they want to do something, well, kneeling in the anthem, you're disrespecting the troops. And it's well, no, this is not about the troops. This is to raise awareness. And this is the only way I can do it is by doing it. And again,
in the most peaceful.
And everybody is entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. If you think kneeling for the national anthem is wrong, you're entitled to your opinion. Right? That's the beautiful thing about our country. We talked about, I think that the people in Charlottesville, I personally believe that with the freedom of speech, if you are a peaceful protester, you can do whatever you want. So if racist people and white nationalists, white supremacists want to go and peacefully protest, I believe that they're entitled to that.
Absolutely.
Right. I believe that they're
not to say that it's right or wrong.
Thank you.
But they're absolutely allowed to do that.
100%. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Problem.
I might disagree, but they are entitled to that. And I don't think that it's anti-American. I don't think it's. I think it's that's
you're
what makes it. You're
opinion.
entitled to your opinion. I think the Westboro Baptist Church, I don't know if you're familiar with them. These people they will protest at funerals and say God hates fags and this and that. And I think when people die, they will go to troops' funerals and protest at troops' funerals. And I believe that they are entitled. No, listen to me, Channing.
I don't agree with that.
No, but listen to
they're entitled. They're entitled to it.
I don't agree with it.
It's not okay.
We don't agree. No,
that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is I don't agree with it. But that is the thing about the country.
I think the point that is lost here is that it gets to the point, the way I look at it is, that by the way they're protesting, they start putting people that might be on their side against them because they're getting. I'll give you an example. Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah,
he started this whole thing started by Colin Kaepernick, but he goes to Miami and gives a press conference with a T-shirt with Fidel Castro meeting Malcolm X. And I cannot believe that you're going to tell me that Colin Kaepernick doesn't know the situation in Miami with the Cuban community and how the whole situation is. So he throws all that group, that whole community now is against what maybe they might be on his side or what he's protesting against.
Right. Yeah.
But by him doing that, he's alienating, he's just pushing away that whole community.
And you are the first person that we've ever had on here, and we've talked about political issues or talked about this. So this is not like we are. Our podcast is about cracking jokes, being stupid, talking about basketball, talking about our team, drinking wine. But it was something that you had talked about multiple times. So having you on, I feel like we would be doing you a disservice by not addressing this. Like, this is going on every day. You can turn on any radio, you can turn on any TV and listen and talk about this. But, you know, we are the ones that are kind of on the front lines within sports, right? Everyone is looking at the Cavs. Like, you've had comments. People look at LeBron. People look at our team to see, well, what do these guys do? What are these guys' opinions? What do they talk about? So that's the only reason why we're addressing this.
I think it's cool, though, too, kind of to your point earlier, Richard, where, you know, your simple tweet of, I stand with Jamel, because there's so few characters you're able to use on a social platform, or because you can stand in front of the media, and more times than not, just a headline is what's going to draw attention or create shock value. So an opportunity for you to come on a platform like this to speak openly and freely, it educated me because, like I said, I didn't know your connection to Jamel. I didn't know your understanding behind that I stand with her. That was powerful in itself. But then to be able to elaborate and be able to appreciate who you are and what you feel on such a situation that's so big in our world now, I think is important.
Appreciate that. For whatever reason, I don't know, and still to this day, I don't know why my social media platform is so big or how it's even gotten
I know
to
why.
this point.
But that's goes back.
You literally didn't wear a shirt for a year.
I know why.
What's wrong with that?
But that goes back to
Let me ask you, hold on. Before we go any further about this, what is so wrong about not wearing a shirt?
Well, the thing is,
everybody loves not wearing a shirt.
Do you know what I tell you all the
Do
time?
women not like wearing bras?
What's wrong with that?
That's the best.
Wait, what do you mean wait. Okay, be careful, Channing.
Yes.
I'm not. Let them be free.
Okay.
No, I'm free. It's like, look.
Don't constrain yourself. I don't want to wear underwear.
I don't wear underwear 90% of the time. You're right.
That's
so,
awesome.
no, tights and workout gear is different.
Right, exactly.
Me neither,
Yeah. You got to tuck it in.
You do wear underwear.
But again,
Yes, I do. I wear undies. What are those?
Me
MeUndies.
MeUndies. Yeah, those are good. You know what? We'll get
They're
you
one of
some.
our sponsors.
Yeah.
one of our sponsors.
You like some MeUndies?
MeUndies, hook me up.
Hook you up. You know, seriously, JR, not just you, but all our listeners can visit meundies.com/road if you want to look good in your underwear, be comfortable, and not only that, if you want to find that perfect balance that is hard to find, you don't have to sacrifice style or comfort. You're such a stylish guy. So check out meundies.com/road, and you're going to get 20% off your purchase. So visit meundies.com/road and find out for yourself about the best part that Channing likes about his MeUndies, the diamond-shaped cup that protects his family jewels.
The giblets. The giblets.
Ali's trying to bring us back on track.
So you have a problem with people thinking that it's crazy that you didn't wear a shirt?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's
Not
just
a problem,
like
but
people who
you find it funny.
I find it funny who people who really like this.
I
Find it something.
The president is talking
think
about
I think
yeah,
it's
but see, I think
when
it's
it
more.
happened.
That's
When it
amazing,
happened.
bro.
President Barack Obama talked about you not wearing a shirt.
More about you. I think it's more about the expression that people loved about it. And remember when it happened.
And the
I mean,
moment,
it was
yeah,
an
that's
epic
what I think
time.
it
The
is.
moment. I mean,
Ooh, you were
3 days
drinking that
after.
Hennessy.
3 days
Definitely was
after.
not.
3 days after the parade, you still don't have a shirt on. I do an interview with you on live TV.
It was low key hot.
Without a shirt
if I
on.
had
It was really
padded
hot.
up,
That
It was
shit was
so
really
hot.
hot.
First-
I was sweating. What do you think I was wearing black during the parade?
I've
I
never
was sweating
in my life
face.
had sunburn. That day of the parade, I had sunburn.
Come play volleyball in California. You will get sunburn. I literally had to put it on my bald
Well, JR, on your what?
on my baldy, on my bald head.
Oh.
Yeah.
What else would you say?
I thought you said I had to put it on my balls. I was like, what?
This is getting a little out of hand.
Hermosa
Beach
on a handstand.
Yeah, what are you doing out there?
Hermosa Beach is not a nude beach.
No.
At all.
It's not a nude beach.
Oh man,
Yeah.
but it's like, dude, but JR, like, you're a very in shape guy, but you got like no cuts though. You're the most shirtless dude with no cuts.
Everybody's so
tatted.
distracted by the tattoos. It's just
JR, do you have a six pack?
yeah.
No, you gonna sit here and lie on the podcast?
I do.
Wait,
I
there's
just
a
don't-
million videos of him without a shirt on. There's no lie. What are you
I'm sorry,
talking about?
just because you're not the most fit guy.
I'm fit. Look, it's a business in the front and party on the side, man.
A party on the side. Okay. So
It's like I'm down for business, but I'm also here to have a good time.
yeah. Don't encourage him, Swish.
So you don't
sorry,
know
I'll be
why
quiet.
your
I'll be
Twitter
quiet. I'll be
is
quiet.
as big as it is?
I don't honestly. I mean, I haven't. I mean, think about it. Realistically, if I was, there's no difference between my Twitter or Instagram that anybody else really does. Now, granted, obviously, it's much different from Bronze because he's a whole.
You have Swish tattooed on your neck.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I
You
do. I
have a
switch.
Decepticon tattoo.
Yeah, I have Autobots too.
Where's that at?
Autobots on their side.
What made you get that?
I
I
respect.
love Transformers.
Yo,
Since I was a kid.
I had a car and I put like a decal of like of
Autobots,
Autobots. I don't go
for sure.
Decepticon. I go
Nah,
Autobots.
I don't just go
I don't fuck
Decepticon
with
either.
Decepticons
At all.
Yeah, Michael Bay, fix that franchise.
Please
Seriously,
do.
get
God,
that shit right.
Please.
just make a Dinobots
No,
movie.
the problem
It's
is
so
that
easy.
every one of the movies,
Yeah.
the Autobots are awesome. The storyline sucks.
Sucks.
Every
How
time they
about this?
transform, it's amazing.
Make them fight on the
amazing.
moon.
It's amazing. Every
It's
time,
amazing.
The first time every time you hear, like, I wanted to, no bullshit, and you guys know me, so like I wanted my,
Yes.
but
Same.
I wanted to name my son like Danger. I wanted his middle name to be Danger, right? So it would be Richard Danger Jefferson, right? I thought it would be hilarious.
So
It'd be
Dick
awesome.
Danger.
So his name would be Dick Danger. She wasn't having it, right? She was not having it, right? She was not having it. She was not having his name be Dick Danger, which I think is the most amazing name because no one gives a shit about middle names. People don't even know your fucking first name, right?
Right, exactly.
So I was like,
Earl.
yeah. So I was like this. I was like, I know, yeah. Everyone, his name is Earl Smith. So
Thanks.
Big Earl.
so I was like, yo,
Joseph is my middle
if I
name.
can't get
Really?
that, my next one was
EJ.
going to be. So his
Ooh,
middle
that's
name is
it for
Dominus.
you,
No,
buddy.
I have a cousin named EJ. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, well,
no.
my bad.
So his middle
Sorry,
name is
EJ.
Dominus, right? And I wanted Optimus. She wasn't having it. She wasn't having Optimus. And then I was like, well, what about Prime? She's like, she looked at me like I was an idiot. And
She's
so
English. They didn't have TV. over
yeah,
there.
so she was not feeling it. So I got Dominus because if you go back to the root word of Latin, then you get the word danger. So his name is still like his name is Dick Dom, right? Dick Dominus. His name is Dick Dominus.
The fact that he's putting this much thought into his kids'
Oh,
name
man.
is
What?
ridiculous.
Dick Dominus? Is
I really
an
wanted to
awesome
name my first son Soundwave, but that
did not work out.
Soundwave or
didn't-
Shockwave?
It's Soundwave.
No, is it? I thought
Yeah, it
was
is
Shockwave.
Sound. No, it's Soundwave. He had the three people, or actually, he had four. He had the guy,
He had the
bird, the cat.
the cassettes. Allie has no
What
idea
are
what
we
we're talking
talking about?
Transformers. Allie,
Transformers.
yeah.
And Transformers is amazing.
The Transformer, the movie, was really trippy. I actually have that movie and watched it. Like, I remember how tight this
The
was.
first
And
time
I watched
Optimus,
it
the
and
first
was
time,
like,
the first
this
time,
is
Optimus,
what I
the
felt.
first time Optimus Prime is like,
I know.
Autobots roll out. You're just like,
Sick.
like you're in the
Crumbles.
movie theater,
You just feel like
Oh, dog.
you're in
Man.
the movie theater, like
for
like
sure.
Look,
print,
the
like
kid who actually had all the Constructicons.
I never fuck with him.
No, you didn't mess with the Constructicons?
No, I didn't really
When
like
it
the
was 5 of them, and then you would like,
Yeah.
oh,
So,
dude.
Swish. Last thing, it was addressed in the media. You kind of talked to us as a group about not starting, right?
Yeah.
And your thing was like, we've been in 3 straight finals.
Right.
We've won a
Like,
championship, right? And so that, and I felt like I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because people that know you know that you are an emotional, a passionate, a competitive. Like you've talked about multiple times, like you would go to war with any of us.
For sure.
And one of the things that people don't fully understand is this: every basketball player at the end of his career, at some point in time in his career, it's like, fans will be like, give me your starting 5, right? Well, NBA players, we have this. Give me 15 guys that you've played with over these 10 years that you would go to battle with. right? Not guys that you were a fan of, guys that you like. Give me guys that have been on your team that if you had to come up with a roster,
man,
who would you go to battle? So I'm saying you are one of those guys, like, easily from me. And I've played with Hall of Famers. I've played with MVPs.
Yeah, you're on my team.
Yeah.
You're on my team.
Channing, not so much.
Damn.
I think you'd be
a good locker room guys.
You could be a coach.
Are we playing a big five so I could stretch the floor or no?
Big five or big three league?
What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts when that kind of first went down and you were kind of processing it, and what where did you go with it?
Honestly, I was hurt, man. Like I was really emotionally drained at that point because
when the trade happened or when they said it.
No, when I got wind of it that it was gonna go down. Yeah, but I didn't know it was. I was told it was. He's gonna be great for the second unit. Da 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 da.
He is Dwayne.
So yeah, D-Wade. So it would be great fit for the team. Whatever. I'm like, awesome. Let's do it. Like, 100%. Out of all people, another person we're just gonna grab for them. They're nothing. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Show.
Well, we gotta start them. Wait, what? Now we're talking about two totally different things. Yeah. Wait a minute. Now, for one, and my first initial thought was it wasn't even to be selfish because that's just not who I am as a player and as a person.
Especially you also were one really quick that said 2 weeks ago on the wall that this team is the most egoless team when it comes to winning.
Oh, it's crazy.
That it is all about one goal. And you on the wall to media said, if you are all about that, you should ask for your papers now, and that you don't have a problem telling people that. So that's something that people should understand, that that's not where you're coming from.
Right.
But it's different when you're told something.
But it's
different. Like when you tell me one thing, like I'm a one-track mind. I'm not thinking about a million things. Listen, I need you to go out there and lock this dude up. All right, cool. I'm gonna go do that. Now I need you to go pick and roll and do this. Listen, wait a minute. listen.
I'm still trying to roll to the basket.
Yeah. Like no, this is what I do. I'm a one track mind. I've always
kind of been.
Yeah,
it's your comfort zone.
That's just me. So when you tell me something, I'm looking at it as gold. So when you tell me something else, literally a couple of days later, it's like now I gotta change my mind frame from where I was at for the last 3 years to flip it back to me being the sixth man.
A successful 3 years.
A successful 3 years, extremely successful 3 years. I mean, we've been to 3 straight finals. But whatever. So to revert back, and the first thought I thought about, unfortunately, was New York. Like, damn, I got to go back to being the sixth man.
And just scoring off the bench, and just being aggressive.
Being aggressive. And at the same time, I'm looking at our lineup, like, my first thought was the lineup, like, okay, but who's going to stretch the floor? Okay, we got Jay, who's a knockdown three-point shooter. Kev is a knockdown three-point shooter, but that's 2 out of the 5 guys that's got to be on the floor.
Yeah. The rest are penetrators.
Like
playmakers.
They can score.
They can score. There's a difference between a scorer that can shoot and a shooter that can score. Right. There's a difference.
And for us, we need people who can open up the lane so those guys can do what they do. So my initial thought was, and I talked to Tristan about this as well because, okay, at Double T, we need to be able to be versatile and can stretch the floor with multiple guys, especially at the big position, and going in that situation. So when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, well, if we have 2 wings who mainly your wings stretch the floor, you always your 2 guard is always probably one of your best shooters out there. And fortunately for us, we had Kyrie in previous years as a point, so which was a blessing in disguise because he could penetrate. First of all, he's the best offensive player I've ever seen in my life. So he could shoot, spot ups, off the dribble, post up,
kick out,
go to the basket, get fouled, shoot 90% from the line, finish, whatever.
Yeah.
So obviously, in that situation, we need more space. D Rose, he's not a better shooter. We can call it that as Kyrie, but he's an amazing penetrator. He has the best fake out passes I've ever seen in my life.
Yo, it's crazy. Listen,
he'll jump in the air, fake 3 passes, and then find the open man, which I've never seen anybody do, including LeBron.
I talk trash to him. I say you're traveling. You're hitting the ground and still throwing the ball.
I've made 3 calls about how being impressed with being impressed with people. Number 1 was Brandon Roy. I called my boys and was like, "Yo, this dude is unguardable." And then the second call was Kyrie, because I didn't know when I came here.
You play with Steve Nash.
No, I know, but you know Steve. You see Steve.
I'm kidding.
But when you see,
I'm kidding. I'm fucking.
I know, no, love you, Steve, Doug.
But Nash got him a lot of money.
Oh, man.
He's gonna be like, wait, what?
He got a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah,
sure, I play with Jay Kidd. He got a lot of people a lot of money.
Well, listen, the third person, I called my brother after I saw D Rose. I said, "This boy is barbecue chicken." I have never seen a man so violently go to the rack like he does, and then loop-de-loop, and then all of a sudden the ball floats up and just goes in every single time. And then his ability to pass is crazy. Crazy. It's so much better than what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was really get a screen, attack the big, finish.
He's so
penetrate. But now it's he's throwing passes over his head, behind his back. I think he sees the floor because we do have floor spacing. And not to kind of switch back over to what JR's doing. It's
let's switch back over.
Okay, let's switch. Sorry, let's switch back over. Sorry.
What do you mean?
Is that you know what? I think for us, Richard and I, we understand you got to take a sacrifice. Everybody has to sacrifice something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely.
I look at
sacrifice my way out of here.
right. Oh God, come on, Rich. Too soon. But anyways, for me, I'm Allie's so sad. But look, it's for
Wait,
me.
it happened?
No.
What?
No, for me,
He's
I'm
gonna sacrifice his way out.
no, I'm
That's what I
no.
said.
Yeah. For me, I'm fuck, this sucks. But I'm dude, Mo Williams and Dante Jones got in the third round of the playoffs. I'm cool. I have a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm I've never been on a team like this.
And they got
I'm
rings,
okay.
by the way.
They got rings.
And they got
Same
rings.
size as ours. Same
Right.
size as ours.
So
size.
everybody's going to make a sacrifice, but at the end of the day, if you're on their grind and you do what JR does, that's come in early, gets his job done, works hard as hell, he plays the game the right way, I know Coach Lou is going to put the best 5 guys out there. Now, that lineup for our team, who knows what that can look like? Because that can look like
On
D
any
Rose,
given day.
JR, Dwayne, LeBron, Kevin. That could look like Tristan, Kevin, JR, LeBron, D Rose.
You never said your name.
Yeah, wait, is this early third quarter minutes? Look, also, you got to know who you are. At this point, look, if I'm in at the fourth quarter, we're playing either Atlanta or Indiana. So it's and I'm just saying it. You got to edit that out so they don't fucking get so
Hang on, there is some truth to that, though, because if you look at all the changes in the turnover from last year to this year, there are a ton of teams that you couldn't even, right now I could bet you money that you couldn't name a starting 5.
Oh, we talking about our team. Okay, so
it's crazy.
There's the 3 of us. There's the 3 of us.
And we're never even including Isaiah,
Tristan, right?
which is even crazy.
That are still here from when we won a championship.
3 of us.
And Shump, Kevin. So
Kev,
6.
7.
How many guys?
Starting 5.
No.
What's 4?
No,
He's
Kevin,
Kevin
I forgot.
Kevin and Bron.
You 3.
I'm sleepy.
Tristan,
Us
And
5.
Shump,
Tristan 6. Shump 7.
So 8 guys?
7.
7.
7. I was
7. You go. So 8 guys.
no. I didn't know if he was including himself.
7 is a lot
No, 7 is a lot.
for a championship
and
team.
they open you
But
up
a
late.
year
too.
later.
It's not-
But I'm
it's 2
saying a
years
year later
later.
that went to the finals also.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So, but that's part of it. Kevin always jokes and says that it's always kind of like the Sandlot. Allie's never seen it. Have you
Yes,
seen
I-
Sandlot?
yes, I
Okay.
have.
So you know at the
I was
end of the
about to
scene,
say,
you know at
there's
the
no way.
she had never seen White Man Can't Jump.
Still have it. Still have it. And get this.
Why do you think we're
of
doing
course-
movie reviews?
Have
Why
you
do you
seen
think
Above the
So-
Rim?
No, she definitely hasn't
No,
seen that.
so I hadn't seen White Man Can't Jump, and we interviewed Marcus Johnson on our podcast at a seminar. And what
was
does Richard
fun.
start
Raymond.
with?
Yeah,
Raymond.
No, this ain't Raymond. Say you, Raymond. No, this ain't Raymond. Raymond, give me that damn gun.
It's been like a 2-hour podcast.
Is it?
This is
it?
this is a very long podcast.
But first of all, this is the 50th podcast, so this is like a big
is a
deal.
The
golden-
this
golden
is the goal. We got
golden
Swish.
edition.
We
Like
got
a
3
lot. I
NBA
really-
champions here.
For sure.
We can take our
It's
time.
hard to get.
It's hard to
just-
get in this
Oh.
world to get 3 champions. You know what I'm
it's
saying? Out here,
tough.
an Emmy winner.
hard.
Right, wait,
Hey,
an Emmy
hey, I'm an
winner.
Emmy
We
winner.
got 2 Emmy winners and 3 champions.
Actually, we won
sitting
the
here.
Emmy on the segment the episode that JR was
Well,
on.
damn right. We gonna win an
I
Emmy
mean,
for this
it's
shit.
just-
It is what
It's not
it
your
is.
fault.
Boy,
You know what I'm
shoot
saying?
or
They
shoot,
feeding
B.
off you.
It's-
So yes, we'll end on that, Channing.
Yes, I
Great
know
call.
that. Thank
Great
you.
call.
I feel like that's a good note.
Allie?
On White
Really
Man
good
Can't
number.
Jump?
No, just on. No, this ain't Raymond. Swish, man. Thanks. Hey, thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
so
on.
much.
Absolutely.
You're gonna
Appreciate
come
you
on
guys.
again?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Of
As long as you
Whenever
come on
you guys
again.
need me, I'm here.
Yeah, man. I think it was finally good to get you on a solo tip.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I like it.
And
It's
again,
awesome.
Now
Easy.
he can check a snap, I guess.
Yeah. Now Channing can get on. He's checking Instagram while we're doing
Oh,
this.
dear.
are you in like serious withdrawal?
No, he's
when we make you put your
struggling.
phone
It's
up
like
during
literally
this?
45
Like, he
minutes.
has to do
No, he's
that
back.
every-
What? Like, what in the world is so important?
Do you
via
guys not
social
know I
media?
have ADD?
No, I
It's a
understand, but-
serious issue.
No, but there's
Stop it.
But there's a
Diagnosed?
level. There's
Did
a
you take
level.
my phone?
There's a level.
Diagnosed?
There's a
What did you
level
do?
of ADD, but there's also something about like we're with our people, and it's like you understand. Where were we at? Where were we at? It was like a little bit ago, and I'm with him, and he's walking with his head down, and I'm like, Channing, I'm not gonna keep hanging out with you, dog, if you just gonna be in your phone the whole time. And I was like, that's the one thing about going to
That's
dinner with your
scary,
boys.
man.
You can be on your phone, like you can text, like you can this, you can. But when it's like it's like you don't even mess with me.
I'm in
Walking
some
and texting is
serious-
very dangerous.
I'm in some serious
No, it
text
really
chains.
is.
I got a
Like,
concussion in college. It was
Oh,
all a
Lord,
non-conference
stop
because
it.
I
You were
walked.
texting when you were in college?
I was texting my freshman year, and I was walking, and I ran
I
into
don't
a
think
light
there were
pole.
cell phones.
She ran to a
Right.
light pole.
I was about to say,
I wish there was
damn.
video of that.
See, that's tough. That's like for me where I'm from. Like walking
Jersey?
in Texas is walking in
The suburbs
texting.
of New Jersey?
I mean, you can call it that, but
You can call it that.
You can
Wait,
call
why
it
does
call it whatever
everybody
you want.
think you're a
Just-
thug, but you're from like the suburbs and went to a private school?
well, technically,
Technically, have you seen that? Sorry, have you seen that that girl that walks? The girl that walks and she's trying to say the word technically, you know? She's
No,
like, whatever
no.
the it is.
Oh, did we get Allie to cuss on the 50th
Bleep.
episode?
There we
Bleep.
go. No, don't bleep.
No
Yeah,
bleep.
shit.
No
Yeah.
bleep.
Well,
bleep.
No bleep.
I'll give her a shout out. Savannah James posted it on
Really?
Instagram, and it's this girl, and she's all excited about her body, and she thinks she has a 6-pack, and she's trying to describe her 6-pack, and she like can't say the word technically. And on the 5th one, this woman who's taking the video, she was like, "It's technically." She goes, screws it up again, and she was like, "Whatever the it is." It is so funny. But go on.
Yes. He's like, I don't even have anything else to say. I
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Did it,
All right.
did it, did
No,
it,
you're
did
talking
it.
about texting and walking in your home.
Texting
Oh
and
no,
walking.
texting
yeah.
and
Oh,
walking.
sorry.
Where I'm from, texting and walking, it just doesn't work out well. You know, that's like a automatic, like how Perk would say that's a mark. Like it's easy. Like if you're texting and walking, that means you're not aware of your surroundings.
Oh,
Let's say
oh,
that.
oh.
Okay, fair.
And
Yeah.
then
So, Swish, because you are an NBA on NBC guy, would you like to close us out with the NBC song?
you guys gonna
Yeah.
I don't-
No, you can start.
See, you already started. So how do?
Yeah, you said you guys gonna start, and I felt bad.
No,
so
I saw
Wait,
you
get
guys gonna
yourself
join in.
together.
Oh, join in. Go ahead.
Before you start, let me remind all our listeners about this survey that we are taking part of, and we are asking them to share with us 3 to 4 minutes of their time after this podcast and take part on this survey at podcastlistener.com/road. podcastlistener.com/ROAD. It's only a few questions, and we just want to pick your brains. We just want to see how you can help us. So please go ahead, visit, take the survey, and give us a hand. podcastlistener.com/road.
Podcastlisteners.com.
Podcastlisteners.com/road.
Mr. Nerd, singular.
I seriously think
Now
he needs
start
to do
it.
he needs to do the road trip and drink
Podcastlisteners.com.
like Jamie Foxx.
And now you can
like
start the
JG
song.
Wentworth, it's my money and I want it now.
Plug JG Wentworth.
Yeah,
we need our money.
Yeah, we need our money.
We need it now.
Now you can start the song.
All right, close us out.
Hey Road Trippin' fans, we have a surprise for you. This Saturday, October 14th at 4 p.m., the Road Trippin' crew will be recording a live podcast at the Amish store at Crocker Park in Westlake. Along with listening into episode 51, us, along with Amish, have collaborated on some pretty cool swag. At least we believe so. So for all of you, released today, October 13th, in store and online, you can grab your very own Road Trippin' tees, and if you don't get a chance to grab one today, you can do so with us tomorrow. Crocker Park, Amish store, 4 p.m.